life. We're kind of merging these sites together, so I want to just thank you for tuning in. Today I want to talk to you about just kind of events that are going on. Obama signed on New Year's Eve, signed the National Defense Authorization Act into law. And basically what that says is, the language is very clear. It says that a U.S. citizen can be arrested, picked up by the U.S. military, and detained indefinitely without due process. And all that has to take place for that to happen is for the U.S. government, or the President of the United States to be exact, to feel that you are a threat to the state, or to have suspicion that you may be aiding terrorism. Terrorism is not broadly defined, or is broadly defined in this law. So terrorism could mean anything. Could be anything from siding with Al Qaeda to being a militia that wants to overthrow the government or overthrow a tyrant government. Any of them things can define terrorism according to this law. So this is a very broad, sweeping law that says that you as a U.S. citizen can be arrested on suspicion. The only person that makes a decision to arrest you and hold you indefinitely without due process is the President of the United States. There also was a law that's passed that he now has the authority to assassinate or target for assassination U.S. citizens that are linked to terrorism. And the President has this sole authority. So, in all honesty, he's no longer a president. He is a king, because a king is the one that calls out and orders assassinations. The king is the one that would order the army to pick up someone and hold them indefinitely. So it's King Obama now, it's not President Obama. And all subsequent presidents have the same authority unless this is overturned or repealed. We are losing our civil liberties at a high rate of speed. And there's no doubt in my mind that there's a purpose. It brings me back to what Jesus said when he said, "Do not fear when you see these things begin to happen." So there's no doubt the purpose of this is to, there's a purpose for it. I believe one of the purposes is to bring about the one world government or global government. And I think the ultimate purpose is Satan, who is seeking to separate, weed out the true believers, the true followers of Jesus Christ. Wow. U.S. government, there's already leaks and reports of the U.S. government saying that right-wing extremists, those who believe in, that are anti-abortion, and those who are advocates of homeschooling, or they're considered a threat to the state. So it's only a matter of time, I think, until the true born-again believers in Jesus Christ, who set themselves separate from the rest, and we will. Number one, Christ calls us to be separate, but we are separate, and we are unique, and we are different, because we will stand on the truth of God. We will stand on the leading and guiding of Jesus Christ, and we will not be altered by any government or any man or any philosophy or anything. We will stand on the truth. We will speak the truth. And that sets us apart from the rest of everyone else. And that in itself, standing for the truth, will make us a target for indefinite detention at some point, a target for assassination at some point. But why should we be any different than Christ himself? We should be honored to be like Christ. Because Christ spoke the truth, because he was truth, because he stood up and spoke truth in the midst of adversity, he was targeted for that, and eventually he was assassinated. He hung on the cross of Calvary because he spoke truth. Now, God had the ultimate purpose, we know that, and through that death of the cross of Calvary, Christ brought redemption to those who are truly his, but he was targeted for assassination, and we will be too. it's going to be an interesting year, 2012, so stay with us. And we're back in the swing of doing videos. We've been off for a while. There's been just so much going on in my life, and good, bad, and and attacks and good stuff. And God has blessed me, and He's blessed us with a home, and we've been able to move, and He's been able to bless us to be able to have a home clear and free, with bought and paid for, no mortgage, and so that's a good thing. And I think that that's important to have in the end times. And so we're just grateful to Him and for the provision and for everything that He does. And we just ask that His will be done, and I know you do the same. Until next time, to the genuine born-again believers in Jesus Christ, God bless.